My name is Caleb. Thanks so much for joining me for this video. So we've already covered your high power main lighting options in the Nice Photo LV6000 series light. By the way, I'm now using the app because you know what? Running all my lights through the app, I take it back. Um, it's better, okay? The remote is still awesome on that light, but having apps is better. This time we're gonna look at a more portable option. So for your events like your weddings and your interviews or just any situation where you just need something with you to light whatever situation you're gonna find yourself into, meaning you need something that's portable, lightweight, battery powered. So that's pro number one already. Or pro number two, yeah, two already. It's lightweight, it's portable, right? It's small, and then battery powered. Pro number three, it is bicolor. Pro number four, it has an app. So you just get an app on the screen there. So I'm actually using this light to light the scene right now. Right. So with the app control, you can switch it on and off. Of course, you could control the bicolorness. Pro number five already. Right. So all the way from 2700 all the way up to 6500. Right? So back to 4000 Kelvin. And then, of course, you could control your light intensity, right? So as you can see, the light has some kick to it. And the app control, and you control everything, including the effects. Let me get some effects going. If you want a little bit of flash effect, right? Or maybe you want some strobe lighting. If I hope I didn't give anybody a seizure there. Or maybe you want your TV screen. Anyways, that's enough of this nonsense. So back to your power and options. So you can either use V-mount battery. So it has a built-in V-mount and the V-mount port on this light. The battery option is built in, as well as the wired option is built in. So you don't have to worry about any adapters or getting any mounts or mounting or anything for this. You just have to figure out which one you want to use and boom, connect it up. The awesome thing with the wiring is that built-in D-sub port also is also screw, like it has a screw mount to it, so you know it's going to be secure and you don't have to worry about it breaking off. Also with the V mount, you can just charge the V mount battery while you're using it. If you're at about 25%, it will actually still charge up when you're using a super fast charger. But if you go beyond that, it will just drain slowly. I remember testing out how long you could go at about 25% power, and I had over 6 hours of power, which is for any kind of event you're doing, it's very unlikely you're going to be lighting it for that long. So in my use case, I'm going to be using this for weddings, receptions, or the length of time I'm at receptions anyways, where I'm going to need to be lighting 3 hours max, 4 hours max. And it like I mentioned, it can handle that because it could shoot up to 6 or more than 6 hours at 25%. And believe you me, that's more than enough power. Again, it is currently lighting up a 5-foot softbox at 20%, and we have a really nice exposure, right? Case in point. I also want to show that it could actually be used exactly like I was saying to light up part of a reception, maybe the best man and his speeches and stuff during a wedding, more than easily. So I'm going to set this as far as I can here at home, away from me, and set it up with a Fresnel. So there's an event scenario here. So the light is more than 20 feet away from me. It has a Fresnel on it in flood. I didn't adjust the light power, so it's still the same 20% that we had when I was closer to the camera, and the light had the 5-foot softbox on it, and it's still the same 4000 Kelvin. So this, with the Fresnel in flood mode, you can see how much light it's throwing. If I focus the beam, we'd get even a more intense light probably. So I'm actually just gonna do that so you can see what it looked like, and this is what it's looking like. I didn't adjust the power or anything, so it's the same 20%, 4000 Kelvin. And just so you know, the Fresnel is just a cheap Fresnel off of AliExpress, I think it was, for like $40, right? It's just a light modifier, right? Another important thing, let's talk about the build quality. So, despite its tiny size, I think the yoke is definitely sturdy and strong enough to handle some weight. So it's like I mentioned earlier, it's currently supporting about a 5 foot softbox without any issues. Felt pretty sturdy. I wasn't like fiddling with it to get it to stay stuck or anything. The mount for the light stand, I think it's metal, but it's not a lot of it, but it's definitely sturdy enough. I can't see it breaking anytime in the future. But the main body of this thing is plastic. It's very plasticky. But like I mentioned with the nice photo lights, if you're not playing sports with your equipment, I really don't expect it to break. I do recall in the review, someone said have a picture of them with their mount broken. I'm pretty sure they dropped their light. Well, you saw what the cob LED looks like. There is no glass in front of that cob LED, so there's nothing really protecting it. So just make sure you don't have things falling on top of it, and you're gonna be good. As you can see though, there's a huge heat sink behind the cob LED. All that is to try to dissipate heat, which I guess comes into another sort of con, I guess. I do remember one of the reviews saying the light's very loud. I highly disagree, especially after my experience with the Molus G300. That light was very loud. This light, if you know it has a fan, you're gonna hear it. It's not gonna ruin your audio. It's not gonna ruin like an interview. It's not gonna ruin any events. Definitely, you're never gonna hear it at an event. You will quicker hear my lens making a bunch of noise right now than you'd hear this fan. It's actually pretty quiet, even though it's on its max setting all the time. It doesn't have different speeds or anything. It's just always on max as long as the light is on, which I'm fine with. So definitely a mix of active and passive cooling. That's why the fan doesn't get very loud. Hey, how I could forget this one? One of the biggest pros of this light is the cost. I think I paid $120 for one. So not including the battery, of course. So, but any portable lighting option that you choose, right? You're either gonna need to buy a V-mount battery unless you get a. I think there's one of those Godox. There's a Godox option that has a built-in Fresnel and battery, if I'm not mistaken. But that light is over $300. I think it's like 450 or something, unless you get it on sale, right? This light cost me, I'm pretty sure it was 120. Plus, I think there was a coupon on Amazon. So if you do that plus the battery, you're looking at, I think it was $100 for the battery. So two V1 batteries, that's $200. Two lights, let's say it was 120. For the cost of one of those Godox lights, you're gonna get two of these with two batteries. You could use the batteries to charge up your phone, the camera, and still have enough power to light your reception or whatever event you're gonna do. I didn't even adjust, so I brought the light closer because I actually forgot to bring up this point. But as you can see, 20% is way too bright, so let me bring it on to 10%, right? So all this to say, awesome light, highly recommend it. So my name is Caleb. Thanks so much for joining me for this video. Stick around. I have one more lighting video that I think is worth doing. So that may be coming in the next week or so. And if you have any questions about any of the lighting videos, just feel free to ask in the comment section down below of any of them. So, I mean, it will be neater if you ask about this light in this video, but wherever you land, just ask your questions there. I'll be more than happy to answer them. See you in the next video.